All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all my podcast listeners. Once again, this is your host, Teacher Brian from the Philippines, and welcome to Inspiring Educators. For this evening, we're very lucky to have another educator, and this time we're gonna travel to Poland. This guest of mine is a colleague from the Global Quarantine Club, and she has lots of stories to share to us. She would be inspiring us with her own natural way as a teacher. So without further ado, let's all welcome Teacher Paulina Majinska. Hi teacher, good afternoon. How are you?
Okay, thank you for having me, my friend. I can call you Brian.
Sure.
I'm honored to be here, to be shortlisted to your podcast.
No, you're not shortlisted. I wanted to interview all of you from the Global Quarantine Club, but I'm also shy because the time zone, and we're all educators. We're busy, but then thank you for saying yes to my invitation. It's also an honor.
The pleasure is mine.
Thank
I will
you,
insist. The
teacher.
pleasure is mine. Really, I'm really happy for giving me the opportunity just to share a few words about how it is to teach in Poland.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited, teacher. But then to start off our episode, me and my listeners are always interested to know who is our guest. All right, Teacher Paulina, can you share something about yourself, please?
Okay. Well, I would say I'm just an average person. Okay. I've been teaching for more than 24 years now because I started after taking my A levels. I was giving that chance to start working that early.
Okay.
Teaching has always been running in my family, but I felt that was not my cup of tea.
Okay.
So, I must say that I'm a mother of two. I'm an, average teacher. I'm a nature lover. I would say I'm people-oriented person because I love spending time with my neighbors, family. I love cooking. I love traveling. I love bringing various recipes from different countries and implementing them in my kitchen.
Okay.
So if you visit my home, feel welcome, feel invited. You will have to share one recipe from Philippines.
Oh,
I'm
definitely.
sure.
I have lots in my notebooks in here. And since you mentioned that you're a nature lover as well, to all my listeners, if only you could see the background of Teacher Paulina right now here in our platform. These are very wonderful, very beautiful flowers. What are those flowers, teacher, at your background?
Honestly, I'm terrible at remembering names, but I love feasting my eyes with just looking at some views, spectacular ones. Whenever I'm at the seaside, whenever I'm there, or in the mountains, I just want to pause and capture this moment because I think this is why we are here to appreciate the moment. That's why I love nature so much.
Oh my God, we have the same mindset, teacher. Actually, during my free time, which is only Sunday, if the weather is really fine, I go biking.
Yeah.
And every time I see a perfect spot, even if the sun is really that high, it's really hot, I would stop, take a picture, and stay there for a couple of minutes. I really wanted to appreciate how beautiful nature is. I always appreciate the creations of our God, and in a simple way by simply taking a picture, and then later I'll be uploading it into the social media. I have a vlog as well whenever I'm doing my biking.
Yeah.
It really makes my day right every time I see wonderful scenery. So we have the mindset, the same mindset, teacher.
Yeah.
Love that one.
Yeah.
Teacher, I also wanted to know, because you mentioned you've been in this teaching profession for almost 24 years. What are the
Yeah.
levels that you're teaching, and where are you teaching right now?
hmm Right now, for around 20 years, I've been teaching in my former high school, as a matter of fact. I
Okay.
used, I used to be a student there ages ago, and I was invited to teach the language. I was invited to teach English there.
Mm-hmm.
The levels I've been working with start at intermediate, and they go up to the upper intermediate.
Okay.
The age group 14 plus, well, ranging up to 19 years of age.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the group I love working with, because they are so energetic. You stay forever young. You are blessed with this energy. You may just like enter the classroom and inhale their ideas. I believe it triggers me every day I enter the class, because you can you be sure what to expect when you close the door? You can't,
Yes,
because
that's right.
they are so amazing, creative. They travel the world both virtually and literally, and I believe they are so open-minded. So I think I've been learning and teaching at the same time, because I worship this philosophy of being a lifelong learner. And I think this is what we do, I think, being teachers. Would you agree with me?
Oh, definitely. I agree with you, teacher. All right. Since we've entered this profession, we are destined to learn as well forever. It is only our bodies who would give up, but the minds would never give up. We will
Yeah.
always accept new ideas. And thanks to our learners, every day, our minds are being fed with new ideas. With their
Yeah.
ideas, we create a much more better, so that we can give it to them and they can even expand their young minds, right?
Yeah.
That's really fantastic. By the way, we also have the same group of, or the age of students. I'm also teaching in here in the Philippines. They are categorized as junior, senior, and then the university students. So basically, I had a chance to do my practice teaching with junior level students, and then for the past 2 years, I was able to teach with a senior high school student with this age range of 16 to I think 19. And then
Yeah.
this coming Monday, I'm gonna be starting teaching my students in the university. So
Congratulations.
thank you, teacher. This is really an honor. All right, this is really an honor that I was able to share now my knowledge. All right, so we're just getting started, teacher, but the ideas you're giving are so exciting, to tell you honestly.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so for my second question, teacher, let's go a little bit serious, but I think we need to talk this in a light way as well. So we all knew that we're still experiencing difficulty because of this pandemic situation, right? So
Yeah.
not just here in the Philippines, but also in Poland, all across the globe, we're experiencing these very difficult times. Now, me and my listeners, teacher, would like to know, how does Paulina, as a person, and how does Teacher Paulina took this pandemic situation? What are the things that you realize? What are the things that made you stronger as a person and as a teacher? So, can you share some of your experiences, learnings?
Well, that one is, I would say, multi-leveled one, complex and tough not to crack. But because I would say there are like many threats, many plots here, because as a person, few first days, I just felt I put my body to a halt. I was literally tied to my laptop screen, and because the students needed that, because I needed to catch up on work, because there were so many things I needed to learn, like using new platforms, employing new programs, just to make it work more smoothly. But the initial phase required maybe not the heroic effort, but still it took my time. I mean, my mother's time, my personal time. So I was deprived of my leisure time, I must admit.
That's right.
And I felt just terrible. I felt devastated, and I got a grip after a month, and I said, no, we have to rearrange that, and that helped. So I reintroduced the balanced. I employed new tools. I made friends with all the sorts of Google tools or Microsoft tools. I was blessed to come across people like you, because I met people online. And for instance, like classes like Global Quarantine Conversation Club or others, people just share. They know you might experience similar difficulties. So no one asks you if you need it. They say, hey, that something saved my time. Why don't you use it? And I think thanks to this experience, I mean, meeting people online of the same profession saved my life and saved my time. So as a teacher, you see, they are linked.
Yes.
A person and being a teacher. And thanks to meeting these people, making friends with them, I've enriched my workshop. I made it probably more interesting to the students, but also fantastic to use for me as a teacher, So I would say it's just a win-win situation at the end.
I'm agreeing with that last thing you mentioned. It's a win-win situation. We've been affected by this, this COVID-19 for the first half
of
2020, as early as March here in the Philippines. Just to share with you, early as March, we cannot
similar
go
in
outside.
Poland.
Yeah, we cannot go outside, and it took us, if I'm not mistaken, 4 months before the adults like us to go out. And then there are certain protocols that you need to follow. It's really difficult because we're used to go out. For the past 32 years, we're used to go out without any repercussions. I can go out anytime I want. I can go to this place, I can buy this, I can talk to you, I can travel. But then with just a snap of a finger, oh my goodness, what I'm gonna do? Like you've shared that it was really difficult. It also affected your time with your kids. How will you cope up with the teaching? But then you also said that you don't stick with that kind of mindset that what I'm gonna do. You don't just I'm gonna do.
No moaning. That's not for me.
That's right. That's why you've moved into this. You're moving down, but suddenly you saw the light that I need to go to that light because my kids are expecting me to do my mother's duty, like you've said, and then I need to do my duty as a teacher. Really fantastic. And again, the win-win thing you've mentioned, it keeps on playing on my mind right now that, COVID, what are you? It's a win-win situation. You kept us inside. We're learning from inside as well.
I think this is something you have to do if you want to live your life, not to feel the victim, because sometimes you just talk to your friends and they say, but there is nothing I can do about it. And I've got this something at the back of my head. oh yes, there is something, but you want to see it for yourself. You have to like wait and see. You have to look around. You have to look around like promptly. You have to do it right, and then you are going to see it. If you just like look at the same direction, nothing is going to change. Nothing really.
That's right.
Everything is in your hands. Yeah.
That's right. So positive from you, Teacher Paulina. We're just really getting started, you know. We're still talking about this COVID-19 situation, but we're off to the third now, which is the highlight of my podcast. So once again, me and my listeners are always interested to this third question. How does Teacher Paulina inspire her learners? What's your secret? What's your magic? What's with Teacher Paulina that makes your learners enjoy learning new things? Please share with us, teacher.
Well, I would say this one is just below the belt, as they say, because, you know, I wouldn't consider myself as being much of an inspiration to people. I mean, well, maybe let's put it this way.
Okay.
I believe I've got a few aces up my sleeve.
All right, what are those?
I would start with being a person who is a patient one. I try to be patient in the classroom. I do try to see my students as people coming from different backgrounds. So I try to see the complexity of their backgrounds, because I believe it matters. It influences their characters, their moods, you know, what they bring to your classroom. Because sometimes I just ask them, have you brought your bodies only here, or there is something more inside? You know, because they come from different backgrounds. Their mornings, breakfast, chats with families, they were completely different. You can't expect everyone to be at the same wavelength, like perfectly tuned, just like in an orchestra. You can't, because you operate on a living organism. You've got 30 or 15 of them sitting with their problems, with their expectations, with their disappointments, you know, broken hearts, things like that. They are people. So I would say I try not to be indifferent. I try not to be indifferent, and I try to be patient. I try not to treat the profession as a 9-to-5 job, because I think that would be dire. I would just do it. I would expect it to pay my bills, and then I would just close the door and like go home. But that's not for me. I believe I need to have some fun, you know. So I try to treat each group in a different way. So each group probably uses different tools. One works with Padlet, the other one works with Quizlet, another one works with TED Talks. And that is also challenging to me, not to fall asleep, you know, as a person. Because then you just like lose control over your steering wheel. And we would like not to let it happen, right? And I try to be realistic, and I do try to be like a realistic person. I don't want to end up as a person, as a slave to, you know, being just an ordinary person. I don't want it to happen. So I try to treat them as humans. I give them some space to make mistakes. I don't try to tell them off all the time. I rather try to stick to encouragement and seeing like the highlights of their effort, because I think that counts. I'm a human myself, and I would say like, if you raise the bar too high, no one is going to even attempt to jump. So I think you need to be flexible yourself, and you need to employ the tools that are just likely to be used by the people you are working with. So I try not to forget that I've been working with people. And I wouldn't say it's an inspiration. I would say this is just the way I try to work. This is the way I try to work in. Okay? I'm not sure whether I'm answering that question.
Well, definitely, teacher. Actually, those ideas you've gave
Yeah.
are one of, or not one, but those things that you've mentioned on my end, okay? After lots of episodes that I've had here, actually, this is the second season of my podcast.
Yeah.
Every traits that the teacher are sharing on this part, they are considered as an inspiring traits. Why? Because it's not every day that you could talk to a person that would say, I understand them, I give space for them, I listen to them, I appreciate the things they're doing. It's not every day that a person that we could be bumping in the road could say that. And also, it is not natural for a teacher to have this kind of mindset that, I'm here for a purpose. Let's be realistic as well, teacher. Because you've also said, there are teachers that would just, okay, it's 8 in the morning, go inside to the class. Morning class, this is the lesson, blah, 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 blah. Another class, lunch break, another class, 5, go home, sleep, same routine. The way that you've shared, actually, I saw that there is a heart within you, not just taking this, because you also mentioned that you're not just taking this as an 8 to 5 job, a normal job.
Oh, you can't take it this way. You can't.
That's right.
Sorry to cut in, but I think
Yes.
recently, now it came like, I just remembered something because
Yes,
quite recently I read an article about gig economy with one of my classes, and now I realized that, as a matter of factly, I've been working in this gig economy for more than 20 years. And I said, oh my God, I've been working in the gig economy. I'm flexible. I can try to manage my time to some extent, accepting like extra work. And this is it. I work with people. I also distribute emotions. I stimulate people. This is something amazing, and there is a name for it. I was so happy to learn it,
Yes, teacher. And I'm really happy to hear that from you because, like you mentioned, you said at first that you just thought that, these are the things you're doing and those are, just a simple thing that a teacher does. But then, for me and for all the teachers who are listening in my episode right now, you are already an inspiring educator. Why? Because you have something that other teachers can't do. And what is that? To put heart in their job. Most of the teachers now are just taking this, they are just taking this for granted. They're just taking this because I need to pay my water, my electricity bill. I need to pay my credit cards. I need to pay my debts. I just need to do this because this is my job. But then you mentioned that you're inspiring, you're helping someone, you're allowing them to be themselves. You are allowing them to have their real emotions. Which is something that, an ordinary teacher at first wouldn't just, do that one. I myself, teacher, just to share with you as well. At first, I have that kind of mindset. Because I've worked in the telecommunications industry. Actually, I'm a customer service for the past 8 years for an Australian company. So for that span of time, I'm gonna be talking to customers,
Mm-hmm.
8 to 5. Sometimes I have overtimes. I get fed up. My first
Yeah.
love is to teach, to share knowledge, to inspire. So I decided to go back. And right now, my learners are benefiting from the skills that I had when I was with customer service. Because
Yeah.
I'm used now to talking for a very long time. And there is now my heart. Why? Because I was able to meet persons who are frustrated at the start of the call, and then, as you know, as you listen to them, that's our magic. Teachers should always listen, right?
We should be good listeners. Yeah.
Yes, we must always have not just an open ear, but an open mind and an open heart.
Definitely, yes. And you know what? I think I'm not sure about Philippines, but whenever I talk to my students and I ask them like what their perfect profession, the future profession would be, never, never they mention to be a teacher. They laugh because they know probably, I mean, they say that it's like too monotonous, or they wouldn't like to put up with all those moody teenagers.
Yeah.
So they don't select it. This is not even in the first 10 jobs.
Oh my God.
You see, I would say that closes the list.
Yeah.
That closes the list, and I think that our group, our professional group, we made it. We made friends with the situation resulting from COVID-19, and I believe we maybe not took advantage of it, but I think we did the right thing and we reorganized our workshops, so we won. I believe we won.
Well, definitely we are.
We made it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're managing. We're keep on fighting. Yeah, we're winning right now, Teacher Paulina.
Yeah, we are winning right
We're
now.
almost there, to be honest with you. And yeah, same as the situation you've experienced there when you're asking your students. A few students of mine as well. And I'm asking them, what do you want when you, or after taking up senior high school? What do you want to take in college? Oh, I want to be an accountant. I wanted to work in an IT company. I wanted to go abroad. But I only maybe hear a few of them, 2, 5 students mention, oh, sir, I wanted to be just like you. I wanted to teach. I wanted to inspire. It doesn't break my heart, to be honest with you, teacher. Those 5 students, they made my belief in myself much more stronger. Why? Because there's still few students who wanted to lead the future. They wanted to inspire young minds. They wanted to teach them. They wanted to share what they've learned during their level, just improve it as they move forward. So, actually, those 5 became 10. Because I'm checking my students who are now in college. There are 10 who's taking up education.
You've been sort of an inspiration to people.
You
Well
too,
done.
teacher. I definitely believe that you are an inspiration. And all the things you've mentioned, those 3 aces, I'll call them aces of Teacher Paulina, those are really fantastic. Yeah, others might consider, it's a typical thing that a teacher does.
I think so.
Yeah, but for us, in this industry of teaching, it's not very easy to understand your student at the start of the class, to give them time, to build up a student's mind, and to be a good listener. That's a very tough job. And us, we can just do that. It's just like a magic. It's like a snap of a finger, because we are trained. We, how will I say this? We used our time properly during this COVID-19.
I think so. I do agree.
And
I do.
well, because this is what I usually say, thanks to this wonderful man from the US. I know you know him. let's just call him Armin. Yeah,
Arman.
Armin is. I already considered him as a good friend of mine, teacher, because we've been doing projects for almost a year. At first, I just simply call him, "Oh, Sir Armin," but then as we move towards this journey, we're just getting comfortable with each other. We even call ourselves our brothers because without his social and emotional learning club, that was the first club that I joined where he is leading it. Okay, I don't treat him as facilitating it. He's leading it. Why? Because he led us to this kind of mindset, teacher. He led us that teaching is not just a job.
Exactly.
It is a passion. And I have that mantra at the back of my head as well. Teaching is a passion. If I'm getting sleepy, oh my God, this is my passion. I still need to fight this, whenever I'm feeling sleepy, whenever I'm being challenged with the task. This is my passion. You're just a task. I'll be winning. And I see that you're doing that, teacher, because you already won the fight. You started first feeling down because of the situation, but look where you are right now.
Oh, well, much further, I would say. The circle of my friends, I would say, is endless. I've traveled without visas, passports. People open their doors to me and they say, why don't you chat with me? I mean, 5 hours difference between our countries, but it's not a problem just to have a conversation about a project for one class for 2 students. And I think this is if you mention Armen, I think he is the perfect demonstration of a person who, I would say, shows you with his deeds how to inspire, and he doesn't show off because he just does it in a natural way. He just invites you. He says, well, I'm doing a workshop on Padlet. Why don't you pop in? So this is like an invitation for coffee. How can you say no?
Yeah.
You will just say, choose me. Tell me next time,
Yeah, that's right. That's why even at the start, that's what I've learned with him. If a teacher says yes to you, take that as an opportunity. That's why I have this mindset right now that when I try, because to be honest with you, teacher, I'm still shy. I'm not shy in doing this job.
I wouldn't say.
I'm still shy whenever I'm asking a teacher, good day, teacher. Hi, teacher. Thanks for accepting, blah, 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 this. Because, how would I don't feel awkward. But then there's this feeling that, this teacher might be busy. This teacher might be trying to cope up with the situation. Should I invite him? I'm not that choosy, teacher. Believe me, I'm not that choosy, because if only time would allow me to invite all of us in the global quarantine, I'm gonna be doing it. Every day, I have time to meet, to talk to new teachers. But then, I always respect your time, your beliefs that I think I cannot do it yet, or maybe I'm not that confident. But then those teachers who said yes, including you, I'm very flattered. I'm very honored that, oh my God, this teacher said yes. Woo-hoo!
I think we've been flattered because I think if you decide to ask someone, is you give us a present, you give us your time, you devote yourself to us. So you just pause and you say, okay, so what am I going to talk about, or where to start, or how to introduce this person? So I think this is sacrificing your time to lift us up. So you are doing an amazing job, really. So please accept my appreciation, because this is something wonderful, because you have given me a chance just to do some self-reflection classes right now, because you just made me to like find time to think about what to say. What do I really think? Because you just like, you do your job, you adjust, you try to be flexible. Yeah, but there is nothing like a huge philosophy behind you, and if someone asks you why you do it or how you do it, then you say, maybe I'm doing something for the good of people. So thank you for giving me this opportunity.
You're most welcome, teacher. You're most welcome. And I consider that last thing you mentioned as a question because, let me think. If I'm not mistaken, there's only one teacher who mentioned that, why am I doing this during the episode? I would really love to answer that. Why am I doing this, teacher? Why? Because I wanted to showcase the teachers from around the globe that there is still real teachers. Yeah, everyone is a teacher. They're teaching. They're giving ideas. But those ideas are in the book. Those ideas can be searched with Google, with Wikipedia, other websites. But have they ever listened? Who's the teacher inside of that person? Who really they are? That's why I keep on doing this. And I will keep on doing this until all the voices of the teacher will be heard. I don't know, maybe next few months, I could talk to another teacher in the same place or same country. But then, I will not stop. I wanted everyone, those who have the heart, those who have the real meaning of teaching in their minds and hearts. I love that question. I'm honest, teacher. You're the second one who just asked that question, that why are you doing this, teacher? You said it, but you're not actually asking me. But then it really it does not bother me, but then it suddenly plays on my mind right away that why am I doing this? I need to answer that. I need to tell everyone the reason behind that. So thank you, teacher, as well. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
All right. This is really an interesting episode, to tell you honestly, teacher. And
thank you.
I have a surprise because I haven't mentioned even before doing the podcast, even in the messenger, I haven't mentioned you this part, okay? You're not gonna dance, you're not gonna sing, you're not gonna act, but then I'm giving you the opportunity, Teacher Paulina, to say few inspiring words, to invite some of your friends. Maybe you could also invite your students to listen this. But then I wanted you to, at least use your native language. Why? You might think that you cannot understand this, Teacher Brian. You're Filipino. You cannot understand the language. It doesn't matter. I don't care if I can understand the language. What I'm trying to understand is the emotion that a teacher is giving to another teacher. And believe me, I never failed on that one, because whenever a teacher speaks in their native tongue, express their ideas, sharing how beautiful teaching is using their native tongue, immediately it translates to my understanding. Not the words itself, but the real meaning. So right now, Teacher Paulina, I'm giving you this opportunity, my podcast floor, to give some few words, to invite some of your friends, colleagues there, and also your students to listen to this. All right? So, Teacher Paulina, go for it. The time is yours.
Okay, that will be my pleasure. Okay, thank you, Brian, for this opportunity once again. Kochani, serdecznie zapraszam Was do wzięcia udziału w klubie dyskusyjnym Global Quarantine Conversation Club. Na pewno daje on niezaprzeczalnie ogromną szansę na rozwinięcie umiejętności mówienia naszym dzieciakom. Na pewno sprawdza ich umiejętność przełamania się na powiedzmy arenie międzynarodowej. Te klasy są naprawdę tworzone z miłością dla dzieciaków. Każdy breakout room organizowany jest odpowiednio tak, żeby w pokoju mogły rozmawiać różne narodowości. Każdy z pokoi jest monitorowany, nadzorowany przez nauczyciela. Ta dyskusja jest stymulowana przez nas tematycznie. Zapraszam wszystkich uczniów do skontaktowania się z kimkolwiek z nas, kto miałby ochotę chociaż jeden raz wziąć udział w takim przedsięwzięciu. Na pewno będziemy starać się Wam pomóc, poprowadzić Was przez pierwsze spotkanie, a być może część z Was, z Waszym nauczycielem, będzie chciała zostać z nami dłużej, więc serdecznie zachęcam Was do tego, abyście skontaktowali się chociażby ze mną i poprosili o pomoc w rozpoczęciu tej ogromnej przygody, która rzeczywiście procentuje naprawdę umiejętnością płynniejszego mówienia w języku angielskim. Zapraszam Was bardzo serdecznie. Pozdrawiam. So that was it.
Well, that was something, to be honest, to my listeners, that was something that Filipinos cannot understand, but then there's this magic on that idea that Teacher Paulina just gave. Believe me, no teacher skipped that part, because that is the part that they will be at their most comfortable feeling, because they're using their native language, and then they are giving some final thoughts that would inspire each and everyone. And with that, Teacher Paulina, once again, I keep on saying, but then thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, teacher. Thank you for gracing in this episode of my podcast. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, your ideas, okay, and your aces, all right? Thank you for sharing that, and thank you as a teacher
so
talking
much.
to another teacher, all right?
The pleasure was mine, really. I was really, I felt exceptional to be here. Thank you for giving me the chance to share my ideas. And thank you for doing what you have been doing, because I think lifting every single one of us, giving us a chance to share, is something one of its kind that you have been doing. So hats off for you, really. Thank you once again.
You're most welcome, teacher. And that's it. We had another fruitful episode. We had another fantastic time with a teacher from another part of the globe. And just like what I keep on mentioning, who will be inspiring each and every one of us? Teachers would inspire another teacher. And with that, I would like to thank all my listeners for tuning in to this episode of Inspiring Educators. So once again, tune in to our next episode and have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you again, Teacher Paulina.
Bye. Kisses from Poland. Bye.